All right, boys. Round 36 is coming up, and we have Southampton watch on our schedule. This is Red Card Radio. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're listening from. Thanks for tuning in. Red Card Radio is a weekly look at the Premier League from three friends who support different clubs. My name is James. I support Arsenal. That's Brad. He supports Chelsea. Down below is Sean. He supports Tottenham. Same old gentlemen. How are we doing? I hope you guys are well.
I'm doing fantastic. Chelsea just booked their place in the final. We'll be the first club to ever win all 3 European trophies.
Congratulations. I know, Sean, are you looking forward to the final against Manchester United?
Yeah, other than that, it must be nice for you to play games that matter,
Yeah.
Well, you guys are playing games that matter in the league, and Tottenham's just kicking the ball about.
Nice kick about with the boys. Before we talk about those meaningless games for Spurs this weekend, hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Ring the sub notification bell. Drop a comment down below. If you're on one of the podcast sites, thanks for clicking. We really appreciate it. If you could hit that subscribe button or follow, whatever the platform so allows. Any kind of reviews help us out. Comments on Spotify. Hit the share button. Put it on your socials. Things like that really do help us out tremendously. And we would really appreciate that. So Spurs are hosting Palace this weekend, and I don't think any of us want to talk about that. Who cares?
And I guess it's technically a rival game, right? Rivalry game?
Yeah,
across the Thames.
Well, maybe. But I think what's more interesting is how many goals are Southampton going to hold against Manchester City?
It was interesting. I didn't get to bring it up last episode because we moved on too fast. But I was looking up there Southampton to see if they even tried.
Mm-hmm.
They absolutely tried to stay up. They confirmed for $25 million. They confirmed Harwood Bellis from Man City. They signed Ramsdale for about $20 million. I'm just pulling it back up. They spent about $120 million to try to stay.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work. So, here we go. So, Flynn Downs, 17, defensive midfielder from West Ham, Sugawara from AZ, Matuas Fernandez from Sporting, Burton Diaz. They tried.
Yeah.
They tried. They just, yeah. That being said, Ramsdale is gonna give up his 175th goal of the year.
So I was going to bring that up. So Derby, do you guys know what Derby's goal difference was in 07-08?
I'm gonna guess it was negative 3 figures.
No, it wasn't that bad. They only conceded 82 goals in the season.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's way less than I thought.
Yeah. Brad, you're looking it up.
Because you're wrong. It was 89.
So their goal differential.
I'm sorry, Brad.
Then their goal differential, I'm going to guess, was negative 40.
It was negative 69. So they were negative 69. Southampton are currently negative 57.
They only scored 20 goals in 38 games.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Southampton have only scored 25, so it's not much better. But so if we kind of take Derby as the worst team ever in the Premier League era, which statistically they are in terms of points collected, I would imagine in the next 3 games that there are enough big teams, Arsenal and City, to score enough goals to make Southampton's goal difference worse than Derby's was. But what's going to happen is they're going to hold a bunch of goals against Arsenal and City, but they're going to draw against Everton. And so they're going to get that precious point they need to not be the worst. Are you looking up Sheffield United's goal difference, Brad, when they conceded over 100 goals?
I was not. I saw Derby County had only won 1 game that year.
Yep, correct.
Do we have a guess on which team it was?
That season again. Okay, so teams that aren't there now. We got Birmingham, Reading,
team is
Bolton,
still-
Sunderland, Wigan, Middlesbrough. Their team is still in
Here's
the
your
league.
hint. The team is still in the Premier League.
All right,
It
so
is in the Premier League now.
You got Fulham,
My guess would-
Newcastle, and all
My
the
guess
rest.
would be Tottenham Hotspur.
I think it was Arsenal. I think they beat Arsenal that year.
No, I actually thought it was Chelsea. But no, it was our good buddy Joel's team, Newcastle United,
Gosh.
taking that L.
Can we just talk about the teams in the 07-08 Premier League? That Blackburn, Middlesbrough, Wigan, Sunderland, Bolton. This is a proper Premier League slate of teams.
Is that when the record was set?
What record? 07-08?
Yeah. Is that when the Derby County?
Yeah.
So that only furthers our commentary that you believe the way the Premier League is gone, that these promoted teams have no chance. These are the worst 3 promoted teams every year, year over year. Doesn't matter.
That's not
Fill
my
in the
argument.
name. They stink. Yeah, it is. You said that there's so much money now that they have the championship teams have no chance. That is your stance. Don't back off of it.
I think I picked 2 championship teams to stay up this year.
I think we all did.
I didn't take the easy route, and I might do that next year. I don't know. We'll see. But
no, we can't do it next year. We need most of those teams to go away. Leeds can stay, but we can't have Sheffield and Burnley.
It's going to be Burnley, and then one of Sheffield United, Sunderland, Coventry, Bristol City.
Please be Bristol City.
Bristol City or
Sunderland.
Coventry, please.
I'm okay with Sunderland.
Coventry would be a great story. I would like Sunderland too. I'm in for Sunderland.
I'd be fine with just anybody but Sheffield. I think we're all in that boat. Yeah. Anybody but Sheffield.
I'm in.
All right.
We're against the Sabres together.
You know what you're also in for, Brad? A trip to St. James's Park this weekend.
You mean you said it wrong. You said the stadium name wrong.
St. Brad's Park.
Reece James Park, sir. Reece James Park.
Is he even healthy?
Is he injured?
Is he playing right now?
He's healthy. Yes, he's healthy. Yes, he's playing as a central midfielder.
Okay, you're going to have to break down how Reece James is a central midfielder when you spent 245 million euros on central midfielders 2 summers ago. Or
that was until Lavia was back, and now Caicedo is playing right back, which we're playing really a 3-3-2.
Chelsea are the most flabbergasting club in the world.
We're doing a 3-3-3-1.
Spend 100 million on Caicedo to be a central midfielder, and then move him to right back so that your right back,
a genius, bro.
So that your right back can move into central midfield.
Oh, so when Caicedo's at right back, it's because it's to make room for Lavia and keep Caicedo on the field.
It's also funny to move Reece James to central midfield when you invert the backs anyway, and he ends up playing central.
Do you mean central midfield or central defense? Is he playing
central defense? Sorry, central defense.
Okay,
sorry, at the base of the defense. I'm sorry.
All right. I'm less incensed by the fact that you just intimated to me that he had swapped the central midfielder and the right back in their positions. Okay.
No. But the last 2 games, it's been Enzo and Lavia with Caicedo at right back starting.
That makes more sense because, to Sean's point, you're inverting the right back. So then you have a base of Caicedo, and then you let Lavia and Enzo Fernandez kind of work more going forward.
Reverse that. Lavia is the base. Caicedo and Enzo are working more forward.
So is this Reece James move in a hopes that he maybe runs less? So
that's what they said. It was to protect him, but it really was because Lavia was injured and they were running Caicedo and Enzo into the ground, and so Reece James in there to relieve some of that. But either way, we're winning this game. Reece James Park, he's banging another goal. I think last time that he was healthy that we played there, he banged 2 goals. And Chelsea's getting this dub, bro. Champions League football, here we come.
I mean, yeah, you guys probably will finish in the Champions League spots, but I don't think you guys win this game. Seems unlikely to me that you guys win this game.
I don't think we lose this game. I'll say that. I'll agree with you as far as I don't think we lose this game.
I don't know. I think you could lose this game.
Yeah, I think if you win, it's going to have to be by scoring 4 goals or more. I think they're going to score at least 2 or 3. So you're going to have to score 4 to win, I think.
And you have to remember that, like, you guys will have been playing in. I guess your game won't matter that much on Thursday.
It's at the Bridge. It's at the Bridge. So we're not traveling.
It's still they haven't played in a week.
It's
you know what I mean.
1-4, and you're playing the children. Yeah, sure, they're more well rested, but we're playing.
Oh no,
the children.
Remember, James, they have a B squad.
Yes.
Then I hope you play the B squad. I hope you play the C squad and get embarrassed and have the result overturned on you for not taking it seriously enough.
Yeah. Scoring 3 goals would be epic if they could score 4 goals at the Bridge.
So
that'd be amazing. The place would be burnt down. It would fix the owner's dilemma with the stadium issue because the place would be burnt down.
How many goals are Arsenal conceding against Liverpool? 1.
1 goal.
Okay, how many are they scoring, Sean?
1 or less.
Oh, okay.
See, I was gonna say Salah gets to 30 goals in this game, so there's gotta be 2.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He's good. He's got a few weeks to get to 30.
Diego Jota's been playing, so if Jota's playing, he's scoring a goal. He always scores against Arsenal, so that's 1 goal.
And this is Trossard season, so Trossard probably gets a goal for you guys. So it's probably a 1-2 to the Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean,
changing my pick.
Well, Salah, I don't know the faith of anybody else on the Liverpool squad, but Salah is probably the only sober one out there, so he actually might get a goal or 2.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. He's probably the only one. He was probably still early for training the day after they won.
Yeah, everybody's showing up an hour late.
He was early in the gym working out. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't know. This is definitely a game I think Liverpool are going to win. I think Arsenal are going to put all of their emotional energy into PSG on Wednesday, and they won't have enough reserved for Liverpool on Sunday. So I think Liverpool's going to win the game. But speaking of who do you think are going to win the game, you could get your picks in and let us know who you think is going to win this weekend in our Discord. It's linked in the description of this video. The picks from last week were abysmal. Absolutely awful. One person had a 0 burger. Not going to say who, but someone put up a 0. The highest.
We can't say who put up 1.
The highest was a 4. Now, interestingly enough, the person who put up a 1 was the leader. And if I'm looking at the overall breakdown of points, the battle for the title of this has gotten very, very close. There are only 2 points separate Jimmy and Sean. So this is getting to the point where it's anyone's game.
I need him to put up another 1 spot. That would really help.
If he puts up another 1 spot, then Brad's going to drag himself back into the conversation.
That's true. He is not very far behind.
I'm coming.
So
3 weeks. 3 weeks, y'all going to be like, oh, Brad did it again.
There's no way. There's no way, Brad.
Yeah, there's a way.
Probably
there's
not.
A will, there's a way.
No, there's not a way. Brad's not going to.
Because I was about to do the money lines thing we talked about this week and see what happens.
That's when the bets go to crap. When you have the almighty dollar.
Yeah, you're going to change your thinking. You're going to overthink things when you start betting on it. So
yeah, so that's why I did it before I decided I was going to put the money line
on. But yeah, so that it makes things really spicy. I think Jimmy and Jack are at 178, Sean's at 176, Brad's at 173. Me and Joel don't matter in this conversation, as always. So, but if you want to, you can get into the spreadsheet. Just get your picks in our Discord, or you can send them to us on social media. Up top, that guy is at KSBradG. Down below at Whiteheart_Sean. I am at James Tiffany. Collectively, we are at Redcard_Radio. Hope you enjoy the football this weekend. We really do appreciate you listening, and we will speak with you next week. Have a good one.